Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ratna Mataji has joined.
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Shall I
Krishna.
stop now? Shall I continue or shall I stop now?
Okay,
Mataji?
Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji, you're audible.
Yes, Mataji.
Fine. Okay, we'll start with the prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaya Kada Mahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hara Haraya Nama Krishnaya Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Govindaya Namaha Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Sri Krishna Hari Bol Gopala Hari Bol Radharamana Govinda Hari Bol Jaya Radha Govinda Radhe Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. So welcome you all to the level 1 class of Bhagavad Gita, and today we are going to learn about chapter number 17, that is Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga, that is the division of faith. Okay. These are the main topics and the keywords which we are going to learn today. Arjuna's inquiry about unauthorized worship, and Lord Krishna's answers about it is three modes of determines three different modes, determines one faith and worship, food in three different modes, sacrifices in three modes, three kinds of austerities in three modes, charity And Tat Sat, that is a sacrifice, charity, and austerity should be offered to the Supreme. So we'll go in detail about all these key points today. Arjuna said, "O Krishna, what is the situation of the one who does not follow the principles of scriptures but worship according to his own imagination? Is he in the mode of a goodness, in passion, or in ignorance?" Yes, somebody from the audience, they can say.
Mataji, ignorance.
Yes. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Trividha Bhavati Shraddha Dehi Nam Sa Swabhavaja Satvaki Rajasi Chaiva Tamasi Cheti Tam Shrunu. The Supreme Lord said, according to the modes of nature acquired by the embodied soul, one's faith can be of three types, that is, a goodness, passion, and ignorance. These are the three gunas, and now hear about these. According to one's existence under the various modes of nature, one evolves a particular kind of faith. The living being is said to be a particular faith according to the modes he has acquired. Okay, so you can see this pie diagram where a person who is in a Shuddha Sattva Guna is progressing further in the bhakti to an extent like he is entering a rasas, different rasas of bhakti, like prema rasa example, and ultimately he is reaching the Krishna. But people who are there in the Rajo Guna, they are the karmic people. They just lead their life doing all the works and all the karmas and all, and they have an attachment towards the work, the family, the belongings, and all those things. They cannot still their desire. I mean to say, they haven't renounced on the material things and all. So though they come back again, depending on their the karma what they have inculcated and accumulated from Bhuloka to Swargaloka to Brahmaloka, to any of these lokas they will go. So coming to the people who are in a Sattva Guna, okay. This is a pure devotee, and this is a how do I say? Not as pure devotee as Shuddha Sattva Guna. Okay, this we can say example of Dhruv Maharaj. Okay, this we can take example of Arjuna. Okay, so he is attaining the knowledge which is required for him to go further, and is getting liberated by serving the Lord and all, and he will reach to a stage of a Brahman. Yajante satvika devan yaksha rakshasam rajasa pretan bhuta ganam chanye yajante tamasa jana. So men in the mode of a goodness worship the demigods because they wanted to go to the higher planet, and people who are there in a mode of a passion worship the demons, and they are the people pleasers, and people who are those who are in the mode of ignorance worship ghosts and the spirits for the immediate gains. Okay, as per their mode they will go accordingly. Those who undergo severe austerities, again the austerities is also three types, you know, and those who undergo severe austerities and penances not recommended in the scriptures. So nowhere it is written in the scriptures that you have to undergo these sort of a severe austerities. Performing them out of pride, egoism, lust, and attachments, who are impelled by passion, who torture their bodily organs, as well as super soul dwelling within, are said to be known as the demons. Okay, so it's not like hurting somebody's faith, but this much amount of austerity is not required, because the super soul within is getting trouble out of this. Now they are doing the intense sadhana, they are thinking, but it's not required. Food in the mode of goodness increase the duration of life. I think yesterday also we have seen that, and purifies one's existence and gives strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. Such nourishing foods are sweet, juicy, fattening, and palatable. Foods that are too bitter, sour, salty, pungent, dry, hot are liked with people in the mode of a passion. Such such food cause pain, distress, and a disease. And food cooked more than which is cooked for more than 3 hours before being eaten, which is tasteless, stale, putrid, decomposed, and unclean, is food liked by the people in the mode of ignorance. So this is the you can see some worms are just coming out of it, So the more amount of duration it pass on, automatically the organisms try to germinate from that, and it will, multiply in numbers. Of sacrifices, the sacrifice performed according to the duty and to the scriptural rules, and with no expectations of reward, is said to be the nature of a goodness. This again Lord Krishna has emphasized in 3rd chapter and 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, isn't it? So, next. But that sacrifice performed for some material end or the benefit of perform ostentatiously out of pride is the nature of a passion of chief of Bharata. Okay. So, yeah, with some material benefit, if you are doing some amount of yajna or something, then it is said to be in the mode of a passion. And the sacrifice which are performed in the defense of scriptural injunctions, and in which no spiritual food is distributed, no hymns are chanted, no remunerations are made to the priest, and which is a faithless, that sacrifice is said to be the mode of a ignorance. So, can anybody remembers what exactly is the story? Any idea? Yeah, many stories of Bhola Shankar we come across where one devotee will hide him in his stomach. Some devotee will threaten him. If he is not going to get pleased, he's going to kill himself, something like that, all those things. And
Yeah, some puja when it was carried out, then all of a sudden one lotus was not there. So one god took his eye and put it in front of Lord to please him. Before he could get his eye out, God gave him the darshan and saved his eye. And these sort of stories are there.
So where there is no Vedic rituals or anything is involved, like a priest or any hymns or something like that, it is involved. So that's that sort of a yajna is said to be a nature of a ignorance. Okay.
Generally, Ravana used to do such sort of practices.
No, there are many.
Because he considered himself to be the biggest Brahmana of this dharti. Although he was literate, but he committed the sin.
Yeah, that is what is the main drawback with the Mayavadi philosophy, Even, what do you say, the story of Bhasmasura also. So he undergoes, the previous picture is about the same. So he undergoes severe austerity to get the power, like if to whomever he is touching, he should burn to the ashes. So Lord Shiva will say, okay, fine, I'll give you the boon and all. So the next moment he says, okay, fine, now that you have given me this boon, I wanted to try it on you. So Lord Shiva will start running towards Lord Vishnu, and he will say, what is this person doing to me? So please save me from this disaster and all. Then Lord Vishnu will say him, yeah, you are a very smart person, that you have done a lot of austerity, and you got this great boon of doing, what do you say, where you can put the people to ashes or burn them to ashes and all. So why are you behind that person, Bhola Shankar or Lord Shiva, who is just running away? So in that sort of a people don't fit to test your boon. So since you have done so much of a hard work, you nobody except for you is the most eligible person to test this boon. So if you try on yourself, if you get vanish, then it means it is working, no? So he will try to sidetrack him by doing such. And the poor fellow, he will fall to the prey of Lord Narayana's words, and he will try on himself and he will get vanished. Okay. Devadvija Guru Prajna Pujanam Sauchamarchavam Brahmacharyam Ahimsa Cha Sariram Tapa Uchyate. The austerity of the body consists in this worship of Supreme Personality of the Godhead, the Brahmanas, the spiritual master, the superiors like a father and mother, cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, non-violence, and are also the austerities of the body. So not only the tapasya, the cleanliness, yesterday we have discussed, the internal and outer cleanliness and the simplicity, and celibacy, that is maintaining the brahmacharya and non-violence in your mind, body, and speech. All this also comes as a austerity of the body. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyayabhyasayam chaiva vanmayam tapa uchyate. Austerity of the speech consists of speaking truthfully and beneficially and in avoiding speech that offends. So one should also recite the Vedas regularly. So unless we are knowing the knowledge about the Lord, it is very difficult to have the austerity of the speech. And first and foremost thing is to have the Krishna Prasada. And serenity, simplicity, gravity, self-control, purity of the thought are the austerities of the mind. So the clean mind include everything, the control, self-control over your senses also, that also comes under the austerities of the mind. Shraddhaya paraya taptam tapastatrividham narai afalakankshibiryuktai satvikam parichakshate. Threefold austerities practiced by men whom aim is not to fit themselves materially to please the Supreme is the nature of a goodness. That is Vrindavan, Parikrama, all this Parikrama and all is for the, what do you say, not only help them by progressing in spiritually, and it will, first of all, the devotee association. And you are learning to do the sadhana in a group and going to pilgrimage pages and getting the positive energy out of it. So that enhances your mode of goodness. Satkaramana pujatam tapodambena chaivaya kriyate tat iha proktam rajasamchala adhruvam. So those ostentatious penances and austerities which are performed in order to gain respect, honor, references are said to be in the mode of passion. These are neither stable nor permanent. I think you can see, you have seen or you must have heard and seen in the media also, many the politicians and the people in a famous personality, they did lot of a charity during the Corona time, and they have taken a picture and they have publicized themselves. So that is said to be, that is expecting some return out of it, is said to be in the mode of a passion. Yeah. Mudha grahena manayat pidaya kriyate tapa parasyo sadanartham va tattamasam udahratam. And those penances and austerities which are performed foolishly by means of option and self-torture of destroying or injure others is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Some people like how Hiranyakashipu he did austerities and all, those are said to be in the mode of ignorance or foolishness. And datavyam iti yaddanam diyate nupakarine desakale cha patre cha taddanam satvikam smritam. The gift that which is given out of duty at the proper time and place to a worthy person and without expectations of return is considered to be the charity made in the mode of goodness. Okay, so you can see the here the Prabhuji is distributing the books to benefit all the mankinds who are there, and so they are not expecting anything out of it. So just to spread the word of Krishna, they are doing that. Okay, that is said to be in the mode of goodness. So charity given out of duty without any expectations in the return at the proper time and place and to worthy person is said to be in the mode of goodness. So this is the picture of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya, who is doing the cradle ceremony to Lord Krishna, and they have given many things, precious things, the cows and valuables to the people who have come there, and this was done out of goodness. So this is said to be in a mode of goodness because they are not expecting anything out of return. Yattu pratyupakarardham phala uddishya va puna diyate cha pariklishtam taddanam raja samsmritam. So, but charity which is performed without, as you can see, these pictures we have seen during the Corona time, where many people have clicked and uploaded in the social media. So that sort of a charity is said to be the mode of a passion. आदेशाकाले यद्दानम् अपत्रेभ्यश्च दीयते asatkrtam avajnatam tattamasam udahritam. And charity performed at an improper place and time and given to an unworthy person without respect is contempt of charity in the mode of a ignorance. That means some people, you can see he's just puffing off cigarettes and maybe he will get something intoxicants and people are keeping such a board and asking for money. We should never try to help these people. So coming to the Om Tat Sat, because we have learned about 3 different modes and 3 different austerities people perform and 3 different type of foods, what we have and all, and how the impact it will have on us. And yeah, coming to the Om Tat Sat, that is these are the 3 syllable words which have been used from the very beginning. This indicates the supreme truth, that is the Brahman, and it was uttered by Brahmanas while chanting the Vedic hymns and during the performing the sacrifices, that is the Vedic sacrifices for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. And so from the beginning of creation, these 3 words indicates absolute supreme truth, and these 3 symbolic representations were used by Brahmanas while chanting the hymns of the Vedas and during sacrifices for satisfying the Lord. Okay, and thus the transcendentalist undertakes sacrifices, charities, and penances, beginning always with the Om, is attained to the Supreme. And yeah, Om means Vishnu, and it is placed at the beginning of Odia, Vedic hymns to indicate the supreme goal. And yeah, and one should perform sacrifice, penance, and charity with the word Tat. Om is the Lord Vishnu, and Tat is the purpose of Tat. Again, the purpose of such transcendental activities is get to free from the material entanglement. Tat, again, it is called Tattvam Asi, as per the Chandognya Upanishad. And this is the detachment for the work what we are doing, that is doing the karma as a service towards the Lord, not getting attached to it or not expecting any returns out of it. And the activities which are done in the mode of goodness and which will help us to get liberated and go further in the bhakti. Okay, and the absolute truth of the objective is the objective of devotion service, and it is indicated by the word Sat. Okay, Om is Vishnu, Tat is the renunciation, and renunciation of the work, and the Sat is the done. This is done to as a in a bhakti rasa, towards the Lord and all, to please the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. And what is say in a different rasa, like prema rasa, vatsala rasa, bhakti rasa, madhurya rasa, prema or madhurya rasa is same. Again, the sakhya rasa, dasya rasa, different 5 rasas are there, in different rasas we are serving to the Lord. So there is no it is in a Shuddha Sattva Guna and no point of returning back. So that is said to be the Sat. So all the services which are done to renounce work and to renounce further to get in sync, that is going back to the Godhead. So these 3 syllables and the process involved in reciting this will ultimately take you to the channelize your energy to go progress further in the spiritual path. So, but sacrifices, austerities, and charities performed without any faith in the Supreme are non-permanent. So, if we are following impersonal bhakti, like how I think Mataji has told you in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that will make you go around and you'll be going in circles, but you will not reach the ultimate source or the destination. but that should not be there. So we should be clear enough from the very beginning that we are doing the Stula Bhakti, that is the personal Bhakti to the deity of Lord Krishna, and we are doing with utmost of faith, and and we are doing these services regardless whatever our capacity and the power to do it and all. There may be some amount of irregularity, but still, if we are doing with utmost devotion, then automatically he will give us the required knowledge by which we can progress further in the bhakti and attain the Lord. So to conclude, austerities of the mind, body, and three different modes: the food, in three different modes, and your mindset in three different modes, and what are the people who approach different people in three different modes, and what is the outcome if you are worshipping different people in three different modes, all those things. Then you got Om Tat Sat. So this is how. So a person who wanted to, like one pie chart I have shown you, who wanted to take on Shuddha Sattva Guna, the channel is again different. He will reach Krishna. People who are in the Sattva Guna, but not as serious as the Shuddha Sattva Guna, like I have given an example of Arjuna. So they will reach the moksha and all. And other people who are addicted means they are not able to come out of the worldly things. Then they will reach to the higher planets. So if we are intended to go back to Godhead, Lord Krishna, then our sadhana should be to please Krishna. So we should do all the austerities and perform all the required karma which will please Krishna. Okay, not pleasing our own senses. If we channelize, then automatically we will go back to the Godhead. It is Goloka. So again, this is the same table which we have discussed, and let's start with Arjuna's inquiry about unauthorized worship. Like, can we worship the Lord as per our whims and wills? No, we cannot. And three different modes of worship and faiths Lord Krishna has described. Then food in three different modes, sacrifices in three different modes, three kinds of austerities, and austerities in three modes, and charity in three modes. Okay, Hare Krishna. This is all for today. Any doubts or any questions you wanted to ask? I think we have almost come to the end of our classes. Tomorrow is the last day. 18th chapter is just a summary of all the 17 chapters. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, can I ask a question? I'm still not very clear about the onion and garlic. Why that is not, permitted to have?
Yes, please ask.
Mataji, about onion and garlic, you know why it is prohibited, not to have onion and garlic?
First of all, we being a Hindu country,